Okay, so hello everyone. Today let us talk about the proper and correct way of installing your LED H4 headlight. Okay, but first say hello to my cat. Now the reason why I wanted to make this video is that I must have seen at least two people with this thing installed on their vehicle and it's installed incorrectly. One person, he just had this installed like so and just wrap it around with a electrical tape, and then in time it moves, then you will have incorrect focus or beams. Another guy, he just forcefully installed it like so. Okay, just pushing this lock. I'll try that. Okay, it can be done, but without the dust cover on. Okay, then he just sealed it up with a electrical tape. Now, before I'll show you how you can install this correctly, it is important that we need to understand how this thing works, okay? It's basically similar with this thing. Now, this is the typical regular halogen H4 headlight, and if you see, there are two filaments inside, okay? You see that? One there and one here. And if you turn on your low beam, this filament will light up, and if you turn on your high beam, this filament will turn off and this filament will light up. Okay, and if you notice, on the low beam filament there's a scoop or somewhat like a spoon, and that scoop right there is intended to cover the reflection emitted by this low beam filament. Now I will further illustrate, okay? Now say for example you've got this installed inside your headlamp, okay? And inside your headlamp you will have your reflective surface like so, okay? And the orientation of this bulb inside is like so, okay? Like that. Now should you turn on your low beam, this filament will light up. That reflection is going to reflect over the top of the top portion of this headlamp, and this reflection is only going to be directed downwards, okay? And that gives you your low beam. And if you turn on your high beam, this reflects both sides, and it will reflect forward further down the road, and that is your high beam. Now if we look closely on this thing, it's the same. This half is for your low beam and this half is for your high beam, and as you can see, similar to this thing, it has also a scoop that prevents the light being emitted by this half on the lower portion of your headlamp. So its orientation is like so. This is the top portion, okay, and that should be like that. Okay, so I will further show you with the aid of the sunglasses. You see, this is low beam and that is high beam, and it's the same with this LED H4 headlight. You see, this is low beam and this is high beam. That is why on your low beam you should only see the top portion of your headlamp that is reflecting the light, okay? As you can see, it's only the top portion. The bottom portion is not emitting or reflecting any light. So more or less these two are basically the same, okay? The only difference is with this halogen H4 lamp, this thing, or maybe you can call this the crown, is permanently attached on this thing. Now, sorry about the chickens again, they belong to the neighbors, they're not mine. As opposed to this thing, you can remove that, and that's there for particular reason. As you can see, there's a O-ring here, okay? That's intended for you to have a much better seal. And just take note of these three grooves right here that should line up on these notches, right? So, okay, 1, 2, and 3. The way And the way you install it, you just line that groove like so and then twist it like that. Okay, now on the headlamp assembly, you should insert the crown first, lock it in place. Okay, take note of those notches, put the dust cover on. Okay, insert this thing, make sure that those grooves line up with those notches. Okay, so as you can see, it's still not lined up. Push it in. Okay, and then twist your headlight to lock it in place. So that's just it. As you can see, the top portion, it should be aligned to that. And as you can see, you did not ruin your rubber seal or dust cover. And well, basically that's it. Now be advised, you don't actually need to remove the entire headlamp assembly. I just did so just so I can show you a much more better angle, a much more better view. Anyway, I do believe that's it. That's all that I can show you. The next video that I will make is how to properly adjust your headlamp. That way you won't blind other people on the road. So if you find this video helpful, I hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe if you want to, only if you want to. And as always, thank you for watching.